Joey! 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 Joey!
Hello. Since I started my journey of retracing the Luo history and comparing the Luo languages in East Africa, my inbox has been buzzing with one constant question. Why do you say Luo of Kenya versus Acholi, Padola or Lango of Uganda? Are the Acholi, the Lango and the Padola Luo? If you have these questions, then today is your day. My name is Kogot Peter, and in this video, I'll present to you the map of the Luo nation. A quick reminder, please subscribe to my channel and share these videos with your friends and family, because I want every single Luo on the planet to be able to access the true history and details about the Luo that the schools failed to teach you. The schools failed, but I won't. And for the people who inquired about sponsorship, kindly know that currently I'm not under any sponsorship and that I fund every single travel from my own pocket. You're free to offer financial support through my PayPal account or through the MPESA number on the bio. Are you subscribed yet? Good, let's get started. There are a total of 18 Luo ethnic groups, and I will use the word ethnic group instead of tribe because I was informed that the word tribe could be derogatory. So we have 18 Luo ethnic groups spread across 6 East African countries with an estimated total population of 18.5 million. The Luo ethnic groups in South Sudan include the Shilluk, Anuak, Pari, Acholi, Jurbeli, Jumjum, Balandabor, Thuri, and Luo. In Ethiopia, we have the Anuak or Anuak or just Anua. In Uganda, we have Alur Pardiere, Acholi, Chope or Paluo, Kumam, Jonam, and Padola. There is a debate on whether Kumam are originally Luos or assimilated, but on this I need further confirmations, and so I choose not to talk about it. In the Democratic Republic of Congo, there is the Alur Okoro. And finally, there is Joluo of Kenya and Tanzania. They are referred to as the Luo, and I will explain that later. There are also allegations of the Luo presence in Sudan, Chad, and Central African Republic, but I still don't have enough evidence as of this moment, and therefore I choose to deliberately be silent on that. So what is the known map of the Luo nation? The origin of the Luo is a bit mysterious, as they seem to go off the radar about 1000 years AD or after death. However, all historians point to Bahr el Ghazal in the present-day South Sudan as the original home of the Luo. And so I will start our Luo migration story from right there. Bahr el Ghazal. The migration of the Luo was triggered by the Muslim conquest of Sudan, and a large group of the Luo left Bahr el Ghazal and migrated south towards Pakwach in the current-day Uganda. However, there is some groups that chose to remain behind.
And with the Luo community, you have to be proud.
And these include the Shilluk, Anuak, Pari, Jurbeli, Jumjum, Balandabor, Thuri, and Luo, who still live in the current-day South Sudan. Another group moved eastwards towards Ethiopia, and these are the Anuak, who currently live in Gambela region of southwestern Ethiopia, with some living just across the border in South Sudan. The large Luo group that moved southwards along River Nile, led by King Olum, son of Nilak, settled in Pakwach along the banks of River Nile in the current-day Uganda. King Olum had 3 sons, namely Nyipir, Nyabongo, or Anthiful. They actually refer to them as Jipir, Labongo, and Chipul. While in Pakwach, a conflict between Jipir and Labongo due to the special spear and the beads led to further separation of the Luo. Do you know about the conflict? If not, then you should watch my video about Wangle. It is entitled as This is Why the Luo Separated. Check it out on my YouTube channel. In short, after the conflict which led to the bitter separation of the Luo brothers, they buried an axe or lei in Luo at the banks of River Nile in Pakwach as a sign of the irrevocable separation. Jipir and his family crossed River Nile to the western side of Pakwach and became the ancestors of the current-day Alur Paradiere, Jonam, and the Alur Okoro. Labongo and his family remained on the eastern side of the Nile and became the ancestors of Acholi, Lango, Padola. Between the 15th and the 18th century, a larger group of the Luos crossed into the present-day Kenya and eventually into the present-day Tanzania. And they settled around Namlolwe, which was later renamed Lake Victoria by the British colonizers. And those are the Luo of Kenya and Tanzania. The Luo of Kenya and Tanzania are classified as the Southern Luos. They entered Kenya in 4 waves, and each wave had a different group. The Luo speakers who migrated into Kenya were chiefly from the 4 Luo-speaking groups, the Acholi, Padola, Jonam, and Alur. Most history groups capture these migration waves in terms of who led the groups, and thus Jokajok, Jokowing, and Jokomolo. And that is why the Luo of Kenya and Tanzania are referred to as just Luo, because they are a cocktail of almost all other Luo ethnic groups. Another theory, which is subject to critique, suggests that upon arrival in Kenya, the different Luo ethnic groups faced common enemies, which motivated them to stick together as Luo in order to win the wars, and not as a small, weak ethnic groups. It is estimated that the Luo, which is the Luo language in Kenya, has 90% lexical similarities with the Lepalur, or the Alur language in Jonam, 83% with Acholi, 93% with Padola, 74% with Anuak, and 69% with Jurchol and Dipari. And this is owed to the fact that Luo of Kenya and Tanzania are a cocktail of all other Luo groups. One last group that cannot go unmentioned is the Luo Basuba. Are they originally Luo? The direct answer to that is no. The Basuba were originally Bantu speakers from Uganda who later settled in Luoland and adopted not just the Luo language but also the Luo culture. I will explain that further in my next video about the Luo assimilation. Once again, my name is Kogot Peter, and my responsibility is to join the missing dots in the history of the Luo that the schools failed to teach you. Feel free to let me know of any inaccuracies in my narration. Erokamano, apoyo. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.